Okay guys, what's up? Crypto Keith here, and we're gonna do our crypto catch up, our This Week in Crypto, where we go over everything that I've noticed in the past week that's caught my eye. So now there's Turkcoin. Turkish politician endorses launching a national cryptocurrency, and guys, I'm gonna try to get through the rest of this very quickly. So LiveTree C token. What is this used for? Well, it's used for LiveTree's project, which they're going to be launching TV shows. They hope to get on, regular TV, but at the moment, they're going to do it on Blossom TV platform, where they're going to launch the first cryptocurrency game show, CryptoShare, where they're going to have ICOs compete and do different contests and things like that. And the winner, I guess, gets some seed token, but in exchange for half of their ICO tokens or something like that. You can see down here, with your tokens, this is what you can do. Define the challenge of each ICO must complete in each round. Choose who is on the panel for crypto perks. Decide what to do with the winning team's tokens. How the hell, when you win, why do you have to give away half your tokens? That makes no sense. But anyways, they're giving away some seed, a bunch of seed to the winner too. So it's kind of like an exchange. And it's a way for, big companies are always swapping shares, and even Uber right now, they're giving up, one of their, I think it's Southern Asia. They're giving up to a different ride-sharing platform for stake in their company. So it happens all the time. You're basically you're better off, more likely to succeed if you have investments in other cryptocurrencies as well. But it does make it a little bit more risky at the same time. But they're going to be completing competitions, so there's going to be it's only going to be the winners, I guess, whatever they classify as a winner, that are going to be sharing their tokens with LiveTree. I don't think I don't think that gives me enough value, but some people might see value in this. Although if I've been thinking of doing creating a token, and I would work it, I was thinking about running it very similar to this. You basically have voting rights and things like that if you own the tokens.
The one problem I find is a lot of these filmmakers will spend all this time building a Kickstarter page, and then they'll share it with, even if they have 2,000 Facebook friends, what have you, they'll share it to those 2,000 people, and maybe a girlfriend will share it, maybe an uncle will share it, they'll share the link outward, but it usually doesn't expand much further than their own circle of friends, mainly because there's no motivation. A girlfriend might want to because they're proud of their boyfriend, or they're hoping that their boyfriend becomes rich, or maybe an actress might want to share it because they're the lead, and they'll share it with their friends, and that's fine. But there's no other real motivation for anyone else to share it. Well, it looks like with LiveTree Adept, that's all about to change. Let's take a look at the ever-reliable one-pager. As you can see here, speaking of funding here, today most of the indie filmmakers are doing things through Kickstarter, Indiegogo. That's how they're doing their fundraising. But of course, with LiveTree Adept, the advantage is that your fan base, your followers, they are incentivized to help raise funding, to help basically be your mouthpiece, your marketing team. They are inspired to run out there and spread the word about your project because they get that token back to them.
Okay, so LiveTree Adept is the platform where this campaign is being run on. The LiveTree community is for shows like this. So this is just one of the shows, one of the ICOs going to be running on the LiveTree Adept platform. You can run any media ICO, I guess, on the LiveTree Adept platform, kind of like Singular DTV. I'm getting the feeling of at this point, but a little bit differently. done a little bit differently. LiveTree already has 5% of the media crowdfunding market. So they have a chunk of the market already, which is pretty interesting. PewDiePie, wow, it looks like Sasquatch to me, not PewDiePie. I guess his PewDiePie face has changed over the years. It's not really a good representation of him anymore, the PewDiePie. You know, like cutie pie. Anyways, PewDiePie maybe late to the BitConnect bashing party. We I think it was at least a month ago, went over Hee Productions, another very successful YouTube channel that everybody knows about, comedy channel that was bashing BitConnect. But they were on it pretty quick, within a week after it shut down. I guess PewDiePie is a little bit late to the party. And still, people still watch him. People are growing up and people are wanting better content. People are demanding better content, but it's a lot of young people that watch PewDiePie, so I guess it works for them. Suspected crypto Ponzi scheme hit with yet another lawsuit. So we're at our 6th lawsuit. Gizmodo says, by their knowledge, it's the 6th lawsuit brought against the company. This just happened the other day, this other one. And they're also saying one thing here that's, hasn't been really said yet. Is the person filing the lawsuit. Also, they share a link with this website, considertheconsumer.com, which they said was the first time that person talked about the BitConnect lawsuit. So he actually supposedly was in this article, and the title used to be How to Sue BitConnect or something like that. And now it's changed a little bit to BitConnect lawsuits, hold Ponzi scheme allegations, and it's just everything about the BitConnect lawsuit that everybody already knows. But one thing is interesting. Down here they say, if BitConnect's actions have affected you, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you take the right step in the right direction to fight this issue. So if you want to, here's the contact information. And you might, I haven't lost enough. You probably want to have lost a decent chunk, and then maybe join one of these lawsuits that are already happening. This is the considertheconsumer.com. So I guess they're doing their job there. When I don't think PewDiePie is doing it for those reasons, for considering the consumer. But anyways, this is an interesting story. Ex-beverage company Long Blockchain finds itself in hot water with NASDAQ. And we went over this, we covered it when they changed their name from the Long Island Iced Tea Company to the Long Blockchain Company. So they've been recently delisted from NASDAQ. We look here on February 15th. They received a notice from the Listing Qualifications Department saying that the company's securities discretionary authority granted to NASDAQ pursuant. The notification letter also stated that the NASDAQ was revoking its prior notification to the company that it had regained compliance with the market value of listed securities requirements of rule. Basically, they're cracking the heck down on companies that just use blockchain and cryptocurrency in their name to try to make their stocks go up. And this keeps happening over and over again. Kodak, for instance, said they're gonna do all this Bitcoin mining and other stuff. Now they're actually canceled their order on mining equipment, proving that they never had a plan to follow through with it in the first place, and they just did it for the hype. Now I'm hoping that Long Blockchain Company sold some of their, or most of their stocks, but there's laws in place where they can't sell, the company itself can't sell a lot of their stocks at once. It's illegal after it's happened and crashed markets, right? And the same thing that happened with BitConnect used to happen on the stock exchange until a law was passed to stop it. So basically, BitConnect, they were a little bit smarter and did more research than you would have thought. When you actually, see the bigger picture, they knew what they were doing from the beginning, knew that they could do it in the cryptocurrency market, and that they could get away with it for the most part. Nobody still in these lawsuits, nobody still knows who ran BitConnect. It's kind of like trying to take Satoshi Nakamoto to court. They're basically getting away scot-free. And guys, this really worries me. According to Google, Bitcoin is dead. Type Bitcoin into Google, type Bitcoin into Google. Chances are you had some specific questions you wanted answered. CNN has learned that Google offers some interesting suggestions after typing Bitcoin is into Google. So Bitcoin is dead, Bitcoin issues, Bitcoin is dying, Bitcoin is bullshit. Guys, this is done on purpose. I covered on my last channel when YouTube announced that it had changed its algorithm, and after people were basically after the U.S. election in 2016. Time friggin' flies. The Trump-Hillary election happened, and then some people that try to control the world were not very happy that they had no control anymore because of social media, because of people connecting and having access to information a lot better. So a lot of these companies, these powerful entities, boycotted YouTube, took their advertisements off. YouTube was at loss of like billions of dollars because of these advertisers taking money off the platform. Now YouTube has over and over again, they say that they don't side with the advertisers, or they say that they don't pick a side, but when they're changing their algorithm for the advertisers and not for the users, and don't really do anything for their users, they don't go out of their way. They always go out of their way for the advertisers. It's funny because advertisers are the ones that pay Google, but at the end of the day, if there were no content creators, Google or YouTube would not have any advertisers would not pay them anything. So but the whole point is they changed their algorithms in a very interesting way. So they said that they were going to certain fake news, which is all it's all up to your perspective. One side of the argument, one side of politics says the other side is fake news, and the other side says the other is fake news. It's now fake news is used as a term to replace conspiracy. Conspiracy lost its power, the word conspiracy, its stigma, and now they needed to use fake news. And they did it around this time of the election, and blaming Russia, for a reason. It's always a problem, cause and effect. They create a problem and then give you a solution, right? They can't give you a solution or push a solution on people with no problem. So the problem was that the Russia interfered with the election, which is up for debate. The point is, Google changed their algorithms so that instead of you typing in what you wanted to see, so say it was something, for instance, say you wanted to type in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to change the world, or something like that. Say you typed in Bitcoin is changing the world. It's going to change the world. They can literally hide all videos where talk about Bitcoin changing the world in that one side of the argument, that one perspective. They'll hide them all, so they're there, but you can't see them. They're basically hidden. And then here's where it gets messed up. They recommend you videos instead of what you search. They put videos in front of your face that debunk the argument, that tell you the opposite and prove the opposite. Try to prove the opposite. That is messed up, guys. They're trying to change its thought control, right? And Google has gotten too powerful. Governments, governments and powerful entities are working with Google. Look at who's on the board of Google. People that have been in the U.S. government and different national federal agencies. Look at Facebook. Most of the shares owned by the CIA. I don't need to go any further. Vitalik Buterin engages in fruitful discussions with Thailand's SEC. So in Thailand, the SEC actually asks the person who created or started all these ICOs what the heck an ICO is. They want the input of the experts. Here, I guess in the States and in Canada, I was actually surprised. What's it called? Our Senate. We had a Senate hearing, and they actually asked Andreas Antonopoulos to come speak, and that's what you need to see, right? And the recent it wasn't the Senate hearing, the recent Senate hearing, but it was the recent discussions that happened after that in Washington D.C. about a week or two after, which was about a week ago. We covered that video a couple of videos ago. We covered those discussions. They did ask people from the industry to come speak. But anyways, guys, that's about it for today. So I hope you liked this video, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you understand that, guys, we got to stop giving Google money. I need this channel to grow, but the last thing I'm going to do is pay Google for advertising. I'll do advertising in other ways, and I'll pay peer-to-peer and things like that. And that's what I love about cryptocurrencies and why I'm so passionate about them, because they save us from things like Google. Centralized control and power. That is part of the reason why I'm not doing daily videos on YouTube anymore. Basically, for the past 6 months, I've been doing videos, working my ass off, spending all day. I have a dog, and he doesn't get walked sometimes. I'm just so busy until I get a project finished, and I haven't made 1 cent. YouTube has not paid me 1 cent in the past 6 months of me working, getting information, educating people. Guys, if you don't see me around here, go to my Twitter. I'll be still doing videos, but on other platforms like DTube. I'll be doing podcasts on things like DSound and ONG Social. I'm gonna migrate to use the platforms that I want to see succeed, and I think that is our challenge in 2018. Instead of just investing in these tokens, actually using the platforms that these tokens are for. And if we do that, we'll actually see the true value of these tokens. They'll be very close to what their actual value is on the platform, and not just blown out of speculation and blown up in value. So we could go 2 directions. We could go either where cryptocurrencies are just speculative investments, or we could actually change the world with them. And it's up to us whether we use them or not. As you can use Bitcoin to buy all sorts of gift cards, do your shopping that way. You can use Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I just bought my URL and hosting and everything with cryptocurrencies. And 4 out of 5 hosting and domain websites that I'm using and I'm looking into and testing out accept cryptocurrencies. You can pay your rent in cryptocurrencies. So this is our challenge for 2018, as well as some other ones. So guys, peace out. Sorry this video was so long, but I kind of got riled up about some important things. And YouTube's now saying, they have this course and this boot camp you can do now for making social change, but they don't. They're not gonna like this video. So guys, peace out. Have a great one, and we'll see you next time.
This is the future currency. You're not going to use pounds and dollars and euros and whatever anymore.
It is a huge deal.
I've made an extraordinary amount of money relative to what I ever conceived.
We don't need much, we just need to be pointed in the right direction.
So that's a £52,000 gross profit.
Sorry, I've just gone quite lightheaded.